Well, here we go. It's September 25th, 2025. My name is Greg Wildfeuer, and I'm a realtor here in Rochester, Minnesota. So, this is going to be the start of my journey, and I want to introduce you to the rest of the community, the people in my office. Doubt my wife. My wife is not a very good person to be up on camera. She is not social friendly. So, anyways, um, yeah, so just a little bit about myself. I was born in Rochester, Minnesota, and at a very young age, my mom and dad got divorced and they went their separate ways. So my mother and myself moved down to Cape Coral, Florida, and that's kind of where I started as a little one. I always came back here to Rochester, Minnesota to visit my family and my dad. And about 13, 14 years old, decided to come back and be part of Rochester again with my dad and family around here. So, anyways, so that's a little bit about where I started. After the age of 13, well, you know what happens when you turn 13, right? Life hits you in the face and you think you know everything. So, anyways, I was going to Kellogg Middle School at the time, decided to run around and have some fun. And believe it or not, at the age of 16, might have gotten into a little trouble, whatever. It is what it is. But, yeah, I finally looked at my parents and said, you know what, I want to run out and do my own thing. Well, at this time, I'm living in North Carolina with my mother. And at this time in North Carolina, at the age of 16, you can emancipate yourself. So, well, what did I do? I told my parents I'm moving out, packed my bags, and hit the road. Um, and I decided to travel. So I bounced between Minnesota and Chicago, Illinois, North Carolina, Florida, Allentown, Pennsylvania, and a couple places in between. Um, in about 20 years, no, let's see, I wasn't even 20 yet. About 18 actually. As I was out looking for life as it is and thinking there was a great rainbow out there for me, I decided to come back to Rochester, Minnesota and start my adult life and, really find out what my future was going to look like. So, packed my bags again and came back home. And I'm going to say the story's not over, but that's where the story starts really for me. And, because growing up, I had my ups and had my downs. But, at this point, I decided I was going to come back and put my head to the ground and work hard and figure out where I was going. So came back, was able to have a gracious sister to give me a couch to sleep on down in the basement, and a brother-in-law that got me a job doing underground construction, and that was kind of my turning point. Still like to have fun, so went out and partied and did my thing. But Monday through Saturday, I was at work every morning at 7 o'clock and clocked out whenever the boss told me to go home. And as I got my feet underneath me, I kind of realized that after all this time of traveling and stuff, I just was not that person that wanted to. I didn't want to necessarily answer to anybody, So, with that being said, I was introduced to this really, really cool woman that, well, at this time, we're younger, so whatever, young lady. And well, now, yeah, I can say that she's my wife. But anyways, got to know her, got to know her family. Her brother-in-law was a painter. Her brother-in-law said, you know what, hey, you need some extra money. Why don't you come on over and I'll teach you what I'm doing. And when you're not working or if you got some spare time, come over and I'll help. And try and put more money in your pocket. I'm like, sure, let's go. Well, one thing leads to another. About within the next 6 months, I finally realized that, you know what, I actually found something that I really enjoy. And with that being said, I quit my job and I started working for him. Well, it wasn't as cut and dry anymore, right? I mean, before I was working for somebody, they signed my checks and they told me where to go. Well, working for my brother-in-law at the time, yeah, he did tell me where to go, and he did sign my checks, but I had to make it happen. And I watched some ups and downs, through the process. I learned the business, not only on the production side, but also on the business side. And now as things are going on, now that young lady that I met is becoming more and more. important part of my life. I'm interacting with her family, and I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for her father-in-law to come in and kind of teach me some of the business background, who knows where I'd be as well that way. But then as time went on, I seen this company, or my brother-in-law and his company weren't doing so well, and was getting a little worried because if the paychecks aren't there, I can't pay for my house, can't pay for my family, whatever, or the things that I want to do. I can't go out and have fun and party. So I decided to go home and tell my soon to be wife. I was like, you know what? I think I can do this on my own, and I want to do it on my own. And well, actually, what I realized is I was doing it on my own. I wasn't working for him. I was a subcontractor. He was just a guy that had the work, but I had to provide the time and the effort and everything else. And at the end of the day, I got a nice check, but then I still had to pay my own taxes and all that. So, but watching him, go through the ups and downs, kind of gave me the opportunity to understand that, being a business owner is not as easy as you would think it is. Um, but so he was having some troubles. Well, that put me into a situation where, okay, wait a minute, I can't just call him up and say, "Hey, I need more work. I need more money." Well, I got to go find it myself. So I found another contractor that had work, or, he ended up hiring me to come in and help him get his business in line, and that wasn't going so hot either. But I was able to help him try and turn his business around, and with that, I learned even more on the business side and the management side of people, and was given an opportunity in there to introduce myself to other people. And I had one particular gentleman walk up to me, and he had an opportunity for me. I tried supporting the other company, and getting them to come out and take care of it. They just wouldn't do it. I met the gentleman, and next thing you know, I'm going home and I'm telling my wife, "Hey, I'm done working for other people. I am now going to become seriously my own boss. And what is your thoughts?" And my wife looked, or well, she wasn't my wife yet, but she looked at me and she says, "You know what, Greg? Actually, I think we were married by then." She says, "You know what, Greg? If you think you can do it, I know you can do it. Go for it." And so that's where I'm going to stop this little this podcast right now, and let you think on that. And I'll be back on another day and kind of explain a little bit more where I come from. And that's many years ago. So I started my actual business started in 2000. So I've got a lot of time to catch you up. But what we're going to find out moving forward after we understand who I am is I'm going to start introducing us to the people that I work with in this office, which is Keller Williams Premier Realty. I'm also going to introduce you to other realtors in the industry, loan officers, title builders. It's just going to turn into a hodgepodge of stuff, man. I don't know what's going to go on. It might be fun. It might be sad. It might be hanging out. Who knows? But I'm ready to have some fun with this. So uh, if you're watching this, hope you come back. And yeah, see you soon.